usually in a team. So teamwork will make the difference, not just in your life, in the life of everybody around you. So teamwork is very important. Then there is a skill you need to build an organization like Glow, Etisalat, Montu Suite, White Beach Hotel. It's a skill you need to build a community, Christian community, a business community, of course, an investment community. It's a skill you need to build a business family. So you can see this particular relationship simply tells you that there are two most important relationships in your life: people you need and people that need you. So you need people of higher frequency of thought. You need people of higher frequency of communication, so your life gets transformed. And people that get in touch with you, their life also gets transformed. They become the ultimate better version of themselves. So this relationship is called a significant relationship, or you call it a transformational relationship. What that is called transformational relationship. It's a relationship of transformation. So your life gets better because of quality people around you, people you listen to, people that are surrounding you. If they're poor and negative people, your life will surely become negative, no matter how hard the struggle you are. Because two poor men can never help themselves. It's one of the best ways to earn a fortune or residual income. So there are two factors on everything I wrote on the board this morning. There are two factors here. There are factors happening outside of you. There's a factor happening inside of you. Those factors happening outside of you, they are the sun, the moon, the naira, the dollar, your president, your governor, your neighbor. You can't control them. Those factors are called contributing factors. What that is called contributing factor. They can contribute, they can slow you down, they can delay you, but they can never stop you. When you see a man telling you, hey, I cannot do something, I don't feel like doing it, or when I can do something, there's a factor that determines it, and that factor is embedded in us. It's called determining factors. What that is called. So there are two factors in every human being: the positive, the negative, the winner and the loser. So always focus. Please let me tell your neighbor, focus. Focus on the positive factor, focus on the winner inside of you, focus on the greater powerful version, focus on your ideas, focus on your commitment, focus on the positive factor, focus on your dedication, focus on vitality. Of course, these are the factors you focus: your faith, your belief, your courage, your determination. Focus on positive things. There are factors you need to intentionally ignore. Tell no, ignore all the negative factors, ignore all the, of course, all the loser inside of you, which is your doubt, your fear, your anger, your resentment, your bitterness. Everything that doesn't empower you, ignore them. Tell no, ignore. So you are the most important factor. That's what I'm trying to say. That means the day you get better, everything around you will get better. The problem is not the things around you. The challenge is that you're thinking, you're talking, the picture in your mind, the words of your mouth, the actions you take are not responding. It's not aligning to the successful habits, not aligning to what success will do. If you do what success will do, then you're going to be successful. You do what poor people do, you'll be poor. Whether you pray from now to like do 100 days fasting and prayer. God, human beings are self-fulfilling prophecy. If you fulfill who you think you are, that is nothing more than that. So that is why adding value to your life every day is very, very paramount. Becoming the better person is not an event. It's not a one-day event. It's a process. Tenor process. After a man that is poor, did not take him one day to be poor. It took him time, 5 years, 10 years, 3 years to be poor. So of course, you want to get out of that process, you have to also take some time to develop the better version of yourself. So with all those self-limiting beliefs, you have to let them go. So you are the most important factor. Tell your neighbor, I am the most important factor. Tell your neighbor, you are the most important factor. Okay, so because of that, we have a new training for you today, and I'm very happy you will not leave this place the same way you came. Life will work in your favor. Say amen. Because of the information you are going to receive, because of the ideas, because of the energy, because of the aura. So we're discussing today about 9 habits that keeps people poor. Very, very important. 9 habits that keeps people poor. So if you engage yourself in this habit, your name now, sorry. So you have to do the opposite. Once you get yourself involved, you have to get the opposite of this. Okay, let me check. Today's date is 24. So by Monday we'll do part 2 of this class, because it's a class I would not like to rush. So the subtopic says you create your habits and habit creates you. That's the thing. Your habit and your habit creates you. You create your habit. Habit creates you. So they feel your habits create you, and it's difficult for them to manifest and live the life they truly desire. It's because they have not seen somebody that have lived that life. So one of my friends always said, Ambassador Brown, he said, if you cannot learn by inspiration, learn by observation. And observation is the most powerful part of learning. I don't even know. That's the year. No matter what you do in law, you still have to go to 1 year law school to go and sit down and observe. Somebody who have practiced that thing, you learn theory. You have to see the practical. That's why for engineering students, we go for 1 year IT, 6 month IT, name them. You have to go for one industrial training to go and observe the real thing, the reality of what you study in school. That's why you see people that learn from the carpentry, from the tailors, they learn very fast because you observe. That is to say that what you need to do is to find people who are living this habit and observe them. And whatever you see poor people, this habit will keep to reveal to you how we think because we don't. I just find out sources, but one of the three of them will focus on uh, the three will be on focus uh, and three will be on fantasy. So we'll be looking at it today. Okay, let me write it like this. So we're taking them one by one. Okay, number one, we have the three focus habits. Three focus habits. Okay. Number one, three focus habits. Number two, three, of course, financial habits. Like, I didn't say prayer did not work. I said faith is not small thing, have a big life. You cannot be thinking negative and have a positive life. Lie. So you have to understand how these things work. I always tell you that laws, guys, principles have been established. For example, the law of gravity, anything that jumps up must come down. Yes or yes? I don't need fasting and prayer for that to happen. Whether I'm a pastor, priest, father, come down. As far as it's on the planet Earth, so it's a principle, it's a law of gravity, right? There's a law of sowing and reaping. Once you plant corn, you cannot harvest cassava. So it's a principle. So your neighbor, if you are too busy to invest in yourself, because a product or something, and they're giving him a round, of course, round wheel, so he refused to take it. He's still pushing effort. There's someone that exchange his time for money, and you're trying to give him leverage. He said, "I'm not interested." See, you suffer and suffer, and you don't know why you're suffering. And one thing about suffering is that if you don't understand the problem why you're suffering, you don't understand the why you're suffering, okay, it's overwhelming because whatever you don't understand overwhelms you. Whatever you understand, you can modify. Tell your neighbor, whatever you don't understand overwhelms you. Whatever you understand, you can modify. Okay, so let's take some notes before I go to the three habits. Let's get something to write this morning. Write it down. Habit is a settled habit is a settled or regular practice repeated every day. Habit is a settled or regular practice repeated every day. It's not the one that is hard to give up. Full stop. Habit is a settled or regular practice repeated every day. It's not the one that is hard to give up. Is settled or regular practice is a regular practice repeated every day. Especially the one that is hard to give up. Habit is a settled or regular practice repeated every day. Especially the one that is hard to give up. Full stop. Most of us have a habit of waking up in the morning. The first thing you do is you kneel down on your bed to start praying. Somebody doesn't know. This is to go to the bathroom. This is to bedroom, brush your mouth. There are these habits that you cannot, if you don't brush your mouth, to go out of the house is difficult. So and I must beg before I even go and sit down. That's the thing. So no matter I'm not comfortable when I go, and these things I did not do them. Someone have a habit of someone that can't go to bed without not reading. In fact, I won't be able to sleep. So I must carry something to read. I must read something. Even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes, I must read, but I'll do 1 hour. So it's a habit that I form over time. So I've done it repeatedly. So even my subconscious mind has wired me that even I don't want to do those things, it drives me towards them. So you can see that this is a habit. Habit is something that you do regularly, practice every day. It's like the one that is very hard to give up. So it's very, very hard to give up. So that are good ones and there are bad ones. So we need to look at the bad ones. Before I go to bad ones, I like this guy called Warren Buffett, one of the richest, says that a chain of habits, a chain of habits are too light until they are too heavy to be broken. Full stop. Warren Buffett says a chain of habits are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. I'll come back again. He said a chain of habits are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. That means they are light. Sometimes you don't recognize them. But when you want to stop a habit, that's why you now know it's very difficult. Very difficult to stop a habit. Very, very challenging. So a chain of habits are too light to be felt, until they are too heavy to be broken. So I used to have a habit of whenever I make money, I begin to look for problem to solve. So I make money to solve problem. That was my primary purpose of making money. Until one day I now decided to understand that you read books and meet entrepreneurs, to find out that you don't work to earn money to solve problems. You don't work to earn money to live. You work to earn money to buy assets. Assets. Now changing the so for some time called delay gratification, so I can have enough money to buy assets, income generating assets, treasury bills, bond, mutual fund becomes a problem. So now we save the money, and after saving the money, problem will just come, carry the money and solve. That's a problem. So because after fighting, it was very difficult until I get an accountability part of my habit. So if I'm a very person that I don't like to read, so to come start to read now a problem. Even for the past 1 month, you have not read one book. Even for a whole year, you've not read up to 5 books in a year, 10 books. Okay, you're on the unfinished, because to come start a new habit of reading a book first time, nothing good, nothing easy when you start. It's always difficult. So when you start to read a book, it becomes a challenge. And what I'm looking for, people like to be something very, very important. And I would like to take this thing from this way. It's clear. It says that habits are compound interest of self-improvement. Habits are compound interest of self-improvement. Habits are compound interest of self-improvement. So it's something that happens, is compound. Habits are compound interest of self-improvement. Full stop. Habits are compound interest of self-improvement. So it's something that is compounding. So you start having the habit of sitting down with negative people, it will be difficult for the first time, but if you stay long enough, it becomes difficult, heavy to stop it. You start hanging around wealthy people, successful people, it will be difficult for the first time, like they're looking down on me. I don't know, we are not looking down on you. But if you stay long enough with us, very soon you start thinking like us, because you are self-fulfilling prophecy. I said the life universe rewards you by the picture in your mind and the words of your mouth. So by the time you start, and the mind actually picks from the words and from the environment. So he said that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. I think second to the last guy I would like to talk about, his name is Charles Reeve. Charles Reeve. Charles Reeve says something very well. And he says here, and please, if you have not written anything down today, write this one. You will tell me thank you. I know what I'm saying. He says, sow a thought, you reap an act. That means if you sow a thought, if you start thinking about something positive, you reap an act. He says, sow an act, you reap a habit. Okay? And he says, sow habit, you reap character. Sow habit, you reap character. And then sow character, and you reap destiny. So you that say I want to have a destiny, okay? You start with your thought. If you think, very soon you start acting, you start saying acting. If you act, it forms a habit. The habit leads to character. Character leads to destiny. So they know you say, God, I want purpose. So find out what is going in the action. So he says, so a thought, you reap an act. That's action. Once you think of something, you're not going to act, because your actions confirms to the thought of your mind. So a thought, you reap an act. So act, you reap habit. So habit, you reap character. So character, you reap what? Destiny. So you want to have a fulfilled destiny, fulfilled purpose, fulfilled assignment. You want to be a millionaire. You start from your thinking. I would like to become one, and I want to do whatever it takes. Not I will try, not I will give my best. No, I will do whatever it takes. Before you know that, okay, what are the actions that I need to take? You got to get mentors, leaders, people that are successful, begin to be successful, think and go rich, reach that, pour that, begin to read books, Secrets of the Millionaire's Mind, 21 Success by 21 Success Secret by Ben Tracy. You need to see the actions will change because of your thinking. And if you keep acting over time, you're going to form a habit. Of course, habit leads to character. Doing what you say you will do, it forms it. Character leads to destiny. Because you're a person that always do what you say you will do, it becomes easy for you to fail in life. So I'll give the last one, but not the least, and it's from Benjamin Franklin. This guy, I love him so much. So I like to read his materials. I like his thought pattern. I like the way he thinks. Benjamin Franklin says that your net worth to the world is usually determined by what remains after bad habits are subtracted from good ones. I'll come back again. Benjamin Franklin says, your net worth to the world is usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from the good ones. I'm coming back again. Your net worth to the world. Your net worth to the world. Who you say you are is usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from the good ones. Your net worth, who you say you are, is usually what is determined by your net worth to the world, usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from the good ones. After you subtract bad habits from the good one, that is who you are. So remove all the bad habits. I will mention 9 of them today. Nine. So remove them. That will determine who you are. So if you don't remove them, by that examination, you find yourself focusing on one of them. Please don't kill yourself. It's just human. You know, we are wearing sand. This sand called container, this body, have scuffs, you know. This sand is difficult for him to do right things because, you know, sand no get this container we carry is a problem because the Spirit of God is perfect. Is the one that lives inside of is perfect. So the warfare is the communication between. The Spirit just said the weapon of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in pulling down of sword, stronghold through what? Imagination. So the problem is imagination. By the time you start, by the time the body wants to enjoy and the Spirit of God says, the fight happens is in imagination. There's nothing that is a problem here. Only imagination. That's why we have to talk to your mind. Mind must be fed. Mind must be cultivated. Mind must be given attention. Because wherever you pay attention to, your intention will follow. See, I tell you, divided energy is divided attention. What did I say? So is it what is somebody that is telling you, I want to be successful, but his action is different. Bible calls it a double-minded man. He says he's unstable on his ways. That what you say and what you do is different. You want to be a millionaire, but actions is poor property habits. So sometimes nobody sat you down to teach you, educate you, and give you understanding that these things are the problems here. So take them out, your life become better. You need a more peaceful life, more empowering life. You need more impact, more life. Money will follow. Money follows value. Don't look for money, look for value. Just bring out, discover yourself, develop, and deploy. People that those things are sent that you are sent to them. When they see your value, they will give you money. See, you are a solution to someone. You are a solution to a nation. You are a solution to a global, the whole world. You are sent to someone. You are sent to a community. You are sent for space. You are sent to particular need. So you are a solution. Say, I'm a solution. That one is begging for a charge card. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a success. Touch yourself. I'm a millionaire. Let me go through that quote again from Benjamin Franklin. He says, your net worth to the world is usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from the good ones. So after you remove all these 9 bad habits, these 9 habits that keeps people poor, if you remove them, your life become better. And of course, you create your habits, and your habits create you. So the first 3 habits is the focus habit. The other one is 3 financial habits. The other one is fantasy habits. Okay, let's take the first one. 3 focus habits. Let me give you the first one. 3 focus habits. The first one there on 3 focus habits, it simply says that poor people focus on lack more than abundance. Poor people focus on lack more than abundance. More than abundance. Poor people focus on lack more than abundance. That's the biggest habit of a poor man. So he focused on lack. Focus on scarcity. There's no scarcity anywhere. There's no lack anywhere. Okay, let me do that so you understand. Let me say that so you understand. Let me not say that there's no lack. Whenever you see lack, there's abundance. When you see abundance, there's a lack. Let me tell you know like this. Abundance is not the absence of lack. That's a better thing. Abundance is not the absence of lack. It's not the absence of lack. And lack is not the absence of abundance. And when I see lack, problem is abundance, opportunity. When I see opportunity, is a problem. So that's the thing. Abundance is not the absence of lack. And lack is not the absence of abundance. But what are you focusing? That's what determines your success. Abundance is not the absence of lack. And lack is not the absence of abundance. That means whenever you see that lack, there is abundance. When you see abundance, there is a lack. So what you focus on will determine your direction. Your life will sway in the direction of your predominant thoughts. So abundance is not the absence of lack. And lack is not the absence of what? Abundance. Full stop. So you know that In Nigeria, there's abundance, there's lack. So whatever you focus on determines what you say. Your pictures in your mind, and eventually your life you live. So when I went and talk to entrepreneurs, because I'm not talking to employees today, my job is to talk to entrepreneurs and investors. So when I talk to entrepreneurs, anyway you see lack, there's a need to provide a solution, bring to that lack so they can make money in exchange. Where I see abundance, there's a need to look for lack. There's something missing. And nobody is perfect. Everybody, once we hear this sound, you have a need to eat, drink water, wear clothes, do things. So wherever you see flesh, human being, there is money. Money is not in a place. Money is in people. Let me tell your neighbor, money is not in a place. Money is in people. Look for people. People have something they need. Yesterday we took time to discuss about these things. So abundance is not the absence of lack. Lack is not the absence of abundance. If you have written that down, shall I? If not written that down, shall wait for me. Okay, that means everybody have gotten it, almost all of us. So write this down, you're not very important. Let me rephrase it this way, so maybe it stick to you. Because if I give you so many perspectives of this, it's going to make a lot of sense. Write it down on your note. Abundance is always present in the presence of lack. Abundance is always present, comma, in the presence of lack. Abundance is always present, comma, in the presence of lack. And lack is always present, comma, in the presence of abundance. That's a different perspective of it. Abundance is always present, comma, in the presence of lack. And lack is always present, comma, in the presence of abundance. Abundance is always present in the presence of lack. And lack is always present in the presence of abundance. So don't tell me, I need money. There's money everywhere. Don't pray for money. Pray for value. Pray for idea that solves a problem. Abundance is always present in the presence of lack. And lack is always present in the presence of abundance. So there's no way you can say negative. Both of them are there. It's what you focus on that determines your direction. At that time I told you that speed is useless without what? Direction. Direction is useless without what? Destination. So whenever you want to, when you look at somebody, it's just like looking at your husband, your wife, your pastor, your bishop. You see weakness and you see strength. So it depends on the one you focus on. That's what we design, whether you like the person or hate the person. You focus on the person's weakness, okay, you hate the person, no matter who you are. If you want the person's strength, forget the weakness. You like the person, you love him eventually. So it's not like this person is a perfect person. I cannot be that kind of woman, cannot be that man. I lie. It's not what you are seeing. What did you see? Tell your neighbor, what did you see? No, talk to me now. Tell your neighbor, what did you see? Abundance. So if you look at Nigeria, you look see problems, you see abundance. Nigeria has over 200 million. You don't know what it means? This country is like 4 or 5 countries, 10 countries, other countries put together. Once you, this is a big market. Everybody wants to come to Nigeria. There's so much money here. One of the strongest economy in Africa. What are you telling me? And you want to japa? It's because you look at lack. That's how you japa. Before even japa upstairs first. Before you japa physical. That's a problem. See, I always tell you that a lizard in Nigeria cannot become a crocodile in the UK. So you be careful the purpose and the reason why you're jackparing. I not say jackparing is bad, but I said that the purpose of jackparing is more important than the jackparing itself. So I said that abundance is always present in the presence of what? Lack. Lack is always present in the presence of what? Abundance. We need to travel. We need to take some of you outside Nigeria. So you understand that in the rich country, there are poor people. In the poor country, there are rich people. But one of the days I was in Manila, Philippines. One of the days I went to Las Pinas. I went to eat in African restaurant. To me, I enter. I see this my Nigeria brothers. They come around. Oh, bro, how far now? You don't show. But one of the Igbo guys that took me there. So he said, the guy just come for vacation. They say, hey, you get money to come vacation. Oh, well, because he's over buy us food now. I say, hey, food? That's when I listen to boys, he's gonna say, work there. When I will Japa come here, no work since they come. Nothing there, nothing they show. I say, come back Nigeria. I say, no, people in Nigeria, if we don't hammer. So we know if you come back to you hammer. So you can imagine that. I've been harassed many times in Dubai. Nigeria is baking. The thing is, I want to make you understand that whenever you see abundance, there is what? Lack. Whenever you see lack, there is what? Abundance. It depends on what you are focusing. So, and focusing on lack is difficult to break. Write it down on your notes. Very important. Please write this down. Focusing on lack is difficult to break, and is detrimental habit to all mankind. Focusing on lack is difficult to break. The habit of focusing on lack is difficult to break, and is detrimental habit to all mankind. Focusing on lack is difficult to break, and is detrimental habit to all mankind. Very, very bad. I tell you, you're a millionaire in cell phone, forget it, and never chops his money. You're going to be successful in cell phone, forget, I don't get one night for pocket. He's always talking about lack in his life. I don't have anybody that's helping me. Focusing on lack is difficult to break and is the detrimental habit to all mankind. In fact, that is the first temptation of man. I'm coming to that. The first temptation of man is to focus on lack. God said, every fruit, every tree, you shall freely eat. And Satan told him, I'm coming to that. So he just focus on that one thing. You feel that your life is not better because of that one thing you don't have. It's not true. In fact, the more you're focusing on the things you don't have, the more you will be losing. That's the thing that happens in life. Start focusing. That's about say, count your blessing, not your loss, not your poverty, not your struggle. Count your blessing, name them one by one. You will see what the Lord has done. So when you start focusing on what God did not do and what you did not have, you start losing. Because see, you cannot be going forward looking back at the same time you enter gutter. So it's not like you can't be going north and be looking at south. It's not possible. You can't be going to east and looking at west. It's not possible. So your life will move in the direction you focus. So wherever you see focus, there's nothing. I think you see. You cannot pursue two rats at the same time and catch one of them. You cannot pocket your hands in two pockets and climb it. You cannot carry it in two hands and climb it. So you must focus. Then focus. So you focus on lack, your life will be experiencing a lot of lack. Focusing on abundance, you experience abundance. The difference between rich men and success is what they are focused. This is a habit. So me, I know that I have weakness. I don't need to forget about my. I focus on my. That's what you like because I'm so good in my strength that you don't even know I have weakness. So don't, and one of my scuffs is that I don't like sweeping. I don't like cooking. I don't like I have so many exist in the mind of poor people, and they create a picture of expectation of lack and humanity. Lack exists in the mind of poor people, and they create a picture of expectation of lack. So it exists in their mind, and they create a picture of expectation of lack, and it manifests and it manifests in their life, in their reality. In that picture of expectation of lack, and it manifests in their reality, in their life. So why people manifest lack is because there's a picture already. A picture of, we poor masses. There's a picture based on the worldly standard. People's opinion. That's why I want people to see me. No! People's opinion don't matter. People are entitled to their opinion of lack, of poverty. I don't have this, I don't have this. Who told you that? Dangote have problem. Tinubu have problem. Pastor Moino have problem. Governor, of course, Senator about have problem. Everybody have problem. You in their mind, and and they get a mental picture of expectation. That I told you, expectation is the superpower of human being. You cannot achieve what you not expect. You're not expecting lack. So the problem poor people have is that they have a habit of focusing on what? Lack instead of what? Abundance. So it's difficult to help a poor man. It's difficult to when we back can never help themselves. We don't know why they cannot help themselves. Ask me why. When a poor man talks, he's talking about people. That's one thing about them. This one, as poor people. Average men talk about themselves. Wealthy men talk about ideas. They're not ideas. Ideas rules the world. But you can never have 10 conversation with a poor man. You know, this one, Chelsea, Man U, Tinubu. They talk about people. They don't talk about themselves. They don't ever discover about themselves. They don't ever discover themselves. They don't discover their giftings, their talents, their purpose on earth, their calling. That they don't discuss about it. They don't discuss about it. They discuss about other people. That's why they're always slaves in another man's vineyard. Because God created you to be the boss of your own community, your own empire, your own company. But since you refuse to work on yourself, you can't become a slave. Someone will hire you. You will buy your wholesale and pay you retail. Tell you retail. Monthly salary because you talk about people. That's why they're hiring you. Average men talk about themselves. They boast and brag about themselves. Wealthy men talk about I provider. Amen. If money must mean money on hand, is the way you need to think. I call it perspective. What I say is called perspective. Sometimes I call it attitude. The way you think and feel about to change, if I can change the quality of your conversations, I will change the quality of your life. If I change the quality of your education, I will change the quality of your life. It's a virus. It's called mental virus. So stop communicating. After all, are you not aware? By the way, what happened to Daniel? Yes, confession. Them from the fire. Because of that confession. You walk on water in poverty. You're not supposed to sing in poverty at all. Poverty is difficult to explain. The first temptation in the world is the temptation to focus on lack. How did it happen? Let me show you it happen. So I understand very well. How did it happen? Very, very important how this thing happened. So if they will never stop using that strategy. Let's say this is a garden, right? And of course, how did I put on my note? He said that garden means an enclosure. Write on your note. Garden means an enclosure. Garden means an enclosure. It means an enclosure. An enclosure. So garden is enclosure, right? It means an enclosure. Bracket to put protected place of pleasure. Protected place of pleasure and provision. Garden means an enclosure. Garden of Eden. Eden means pleasure. Pleasure and provision. So Garden of Eden, that means a protected place of pleasure and provision. So that's where God put man. And God put man. He put man in the Garden of Eden. Enclosure, protected place of pleasure and provision. So it's an enclosure, protected. So what did he do? Simple. We entrepreneurs to understand this. We don't focus on the lack. We focus on what we want to do, the solution. So what happened was that there are trees here. There are trees on this garden. Many trees. Many trees. And there's one in the middle. There are two big trees there. Let me use another marker. Two big trees in the middle of the garden. From the story we heard from the scripture, right? Yeah, I know. And there are men here. There are two men, Adam and Eve, right? So God made a statement. He says, every tree freely eat. This are abundance word. Every tree freely, eternal freely. Every is an abundance word. Freely is an abundance word. An abundance. The two words are abundance word. Every tree freely eat. That's what God told them. These are abundant words. So what happened was that there are two trees here in the middle. One is the tree of life. The tree of life. The other one is the tree of knowledge and evil. The tree. They means one word. The tree of knowledge and evil. Knowledge and evil. So they means one. They means simply one. So out of the abundance of tree, banana, pawpaw, pineapple, after of the abundance. So you know what the devil did? The devil just came and the Satan came and said, did God say that you should not eat every tree? So what Satan did was to first and foremost remove the word freely. Freely. Look at the statement. To pay attention is to help you a lot, because I will show you how many people are struggling financially. They don't understand. Devil want to change your words. Once your words of your mouth change, it will affect you as an entrepreneur. I don't know why you're struggling, because your confession is negative. That's why your people are struggling. You know what he first did? He removed freely, turn off freely. He made a statement and said, I'm not a pastor anyway, so you shouldn't expect me to be perfect, right? In this lane, but I got some ideas for you to catch. He said that you should not eat every tree. So he removed freely and said, did God say you should not eat every tree? You should not, turn or not. Not means a lack word. Not eat every tree. Every tree. So he removed the word freely and talk about not. So he changed the statement. He changed the statement. So he said that did God say you should not eat every tree? He forgot the freely. And you know, the one thing about man, that's why it's always good to understand where you are going to. Because if you don't understand where you are going to, you'll be reacting instead of responding. Your life is supposed to be a response to your values. You also have your values. These are my core values. I love integrity. I love this. I love this. I love. So you better don't meet up your values. So you don't need to react. So you already have the mental state, how you respond to things in life. Like for me, no matter what you want to talk to me about transport company, that transport gives many money, I'm not interested. I'm not interested because I've tried attention right now. So I know what I don't give attention to, of course you cannot get the best out of it. So I'm not interested. So I already decided that for myself. So no matter how billions of naira I'm making, I'm not, without millions of ways to also make billions of naira. So what matter, I already decided so many things about my life that no matter what you say, I mean, it's good. But congratulations, I think it's not for me right now. Okay. So what am I trying to say in that time? She responded. She reacted instead of responding. How did she react? She made a statement like this and said that okay, let me look at it. The way I wrote on my notes is very important because I will give you something to write. The enemy says, did God that you should not eat every tree of the garden. That Satan took away the word freely. He talked about changing the meaning of words. So, and you can see that when the scripture will talk about that the serpent that beguiled Eve. And what did she do? She responded. He took away the word every and freely. And she said something here. He said that Eve says that we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden. That's what Eve says. That we may eat of the fruit. He said that God said that we may eat of the fruit. Eat of the fruit. Eat of the fruit of the garden. So Eve took away the word every and freely that God told her. You took away that word. That's why she fell a victim, because Satan only needs you to focus your attention on the bad thing, on lack. Say no lack. Yeah. Once you focus on lack, follow. So you go to the market. You want to go and make sales as an entrepreneur. You are producing akara, moi, shoe, and you are focusing on what if people don't buy? What if nobody say yes to me? They will not say yes. That's the truth. Because your mindset, your words, you're already confirming your thoughts. Giving us on what life, bracket open lack. Instead of focusing on what they already have, bracket open abundance. Most will focus on what is missing in their life, bracket open lack. Instead of focusing on what they already have, bracket open abundance. Most will focus on what is missing in their life, bracket open lack. Instead of focusing on what they already have, bracket open abundance. To discover, develop, and deploy what they have to the marketplace. Most will focus on what is missing in their life, bracket open lack, instead of focusing on what they already have to discover, develop, and deploy to the marketplace. So when you focus on lack, you have lacks. Focus on abundance, what you already have to discover, develop, and deploy your giftings, your talent. Your life will become better. So in forms of product or service, convert them, those values to product, package them, put it in name, brand it, you make money. People buy brands must sold premium price. Most people focus on what is missing in their life, underline word missing in their life, bracket open lack, bracket closes, instead of focusing on what they already have, bracket open abundance, bracket closes, to discover, develop, and deploy to the marketplace. So how do we make money? We must know that I have something in me that the world needs. So what is that? So that's another class for another day. And you need to convert those things into value. Some in product or services. Once the value becomes a commodity, put a brand on it, it becomes a premium package. Go to the market to sell it. There's someone that is looking for you right now. They think that you have not packaged yourself. I say most people focus on what is missing in their life, lack, instead of focusing on what they already have, abundance. To do what? Discover. Number 2 is what? Develop. Number 3 is what? Deploy. To where? Marketplace. That's how we make money. If not there, I need money. There's something in you. So I want to make you understand that stop focusing on what you don't have. That's not the problem where you're not where you want to be. Well, the problem is that you're focusing on what you don't have. That's why you're struggling. Struggling is not supposed to be your portion. It's supposed to be struggle to become better. Or it's called process. It's not process. So if you start focusing on the what is missing in your wife, in your partner, in your husband, in your employee, in your government, you have problem. You hate these people. So don't focus on the weak part of your husband, your wife, your children, the government, the company. You focus on what is missing. You hate it. So the primary temptation of man is to focus on what is missing and not what they are already. They have to pass so many good trees to go to that one in the middle of the garden. So that's what happened. So that's the primary temptation of man, to focus on one thing instead of abundance. Then abundance. God told him every on the tree. He said, so what the Satan does is change the conversations, the words of your mouth. It doesn't make it empowering. So you as an entrepreneur, you be struggling every day, and your conversation is bad. I will not be reading. I'm not a pastor anyway. Your church is enough. Tell me, my church is enough. Have you not been reading it? They say they say it's having already says think of these things instead of good report, instead of virtue, because the Satan knows that once he plant the thought of slack in your mind, your own don't finish. It don't need to kill you. You know that whatever you are thinking, bitterness, anger, I will not forgive it's internal. Tell your neighbor. Offense is external. Bitterness is internal. Someone can offend you, but you don't take you don't take you're not bitter about it. So let it go. See, there's no one that the Bible say forgive, because 70 times 7 and so on, forgive, because the fact is that you work out the word every and freely. That's why she start focusing on the lack. That one thing, it don't matter now. Whether you like it or not, when you start focusing on something, I really know it's just a matter of time. You will get to that place you're focusing on, because your life swave in that focusing on abundance. It's not like people are lucky. No, they like luck. See, a poor man believes that success is by luck. That's what he's thinking. Success is not by luck. Success is intentional. Intentional. Success is deliberate. Everybody says that succeeded. Success leave clues. What did I say? Say success is predictable. What did I say? You cannot sustain it, because on the journey of success there is no elevator. Everyone follows staircase, because each of this life, competence and character. Competence take it to the top. Character sustain you. So if you climb without character, you come down. That's it. So write it down. Your note, very important. Or lack. Dwell on abundance. On abundance. Write down your notes. Very important. Satan specializes in putting negative thoughts in your mind that makes you think is your thought. He makes you think it's your thought. Satan specializes on putting negative thought in your mind. How does it come? From negative people, families and friends. It's not that it comes from. Satan specializes on speaking and putting negative thought in your mind and makes you think it's your thought. That's the thing. Satan specializes on putting negative thought in your mind and makes you think it is your thought. So all those thoughts comes from neighbors, experience, bad memories, all these things that the things you see, you can never see. I know something. You can never think of something. Okay, let's say that's why we give ourselves incident. What will make thoughts so strong is that you have an incident you have not experienced. It's difficult to experience. That's why it's difficult to stay in. See, when you see Tinubu telling you it's my turn, it doesn't mean that he never realized that there are problems. There are other opposition parties. He believes, whether he rigged the election or not, what I know that he's a president right now. Whether I like him or not, he's a president right now. Yes or yes? You see, when they talk positive. He's assassinating many times during the campaign, during the election campaign. But it's about your conviction, about your words of your mouth. So this thought comes in, and this negative thought seems to make you feel that you are struggling in life because of where you are today. And how does it come? Thought comes from Satan, making you to focus on things that is discontentment and you are dissatisfied. You know what you start doing? You start focusing on those things that makes you to become discontented. You are not content about it. Satan says you shall not die. That's what he told Eve. You shall not die. He just said not. Satan just denied the destruction of disobedience. So thought like nobody's watching me, I can do it and get away with it in hand. He said, don't worry. If you eat the food, you shall be like God. You should know the good. So God, that's what he does. So he makes you start thinking that, oh, your neighbor hates you. Your mother-in-law is your problem. Is your auntie. I don't like people telling me evil reports. I cannot understand when Moses sent the children of Israel to spy the land. It's Joshua. I'll get Moses, and they came back. Only Caleb and Joshua came back with good report. The rest says we are like grasshopper. Child, things that makes you think small is from the pit of hell. Tell them I am strong. After that's a rough play. It's not a rough play. Let us not use you example as poverty. Say for example, imagine that we are poor now. That is a rough play. No accept them. Hold on for next. Tell them, take them back. Reverse it. No, they accept them. That is negative one. They're not negative. It's Anything that makes you feel that people hate you, say, this world we live, I told you, it's not meant to be easy. You are meant to be stronger. The world was not not supposed to be an easy place. You are meant to be stronger. Say, I'm strong. I am strong. You are supposed to be strong emotionally, spiritually, financially. Say, I'm strong. I am strong. Hard times create strong men. What did I say? Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. What did I say? Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. What did I say? Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. What did I say? Weak men create hard times. Once you are weak in this life, may I tell you, things will be hard to back to back. May I tell you, this life be like jungle. The weakest animal becomes a meal to the strongest animal. So you refuse to be weak in this. I say, I'm strong. I'm strong. So coming to this life and come and be saying, begging. No, that's a low life. You are living a higher life. Say the ultimate version of myself. That's what happens. So you need to be a bolder person, stronger, the resilience, because this life doesn't favor weak people. That is the thing. Jungle doesn't favor weak animals. It becomes a meal to every stronger animal around. Yes or yes? Yes. So you don't come when they say no. Leave lack alone. Lack is not your problem. The other day I brought an example. Let me see my time. This one I'm trying to do an example. Are you kidding me? That is serious though. Hey. No. Okay. Let me just stop there for today. But I will do something. I will continue from focusing on limitations and not ability. Probably focus on their limitations and not their ability. So we'll continue from there. Before I even conclude, they focus on their limitations. What is limiting beliefs instead of their ability? You have the ability to become great in life. That's why I did a practical to you. I brought a someone kept here. I brought someone I kept here. I said this one is darkness. This one is light. So if you are fighting now, and you are fighting with darkness, for example, now you go to church and you want to pray, you are praying about darkness. Satan, I don't want you. Poverty, I don't want you. Lack of money, I don't want you. You are fighting with darkness. Even if you win, you are in darkness. But you go to light now and start fighting. God, I want you. Wealth, I want you. Success, I want you. Even if you fail, you are still in light. So leave poverty alone. Leave lack alone. It's not your birthright. Leave him alone. Instead of spending all the time in prayer, fasting and casting devil, why not use that prayer point and be praying for open doors? The open door for meaning, for God of God, for spiritual thing, abundance, success, greatness. Talk about the things you want, because spend your time talking about quality things. Leave this negative alone. See, the more you talk about something, the more you go to that thing, the more you manifest in your life. Leave poverty alone, leave lack alone, leave devil alone. That this is not your problem. In fact, it's insignificant. If I need something, the devil is not even your problem. That's why when God says that two things that matters a lot. Like, you cannot save God and mammon. That means mammon is even stronger than devil. It's not even about devil. Devil is not even the problem here. He said that a man cannot be tempted. That God doesn't tempt. Except a man is drawn away from his lust. And what? Entice. And after fooling enticement, because it brings forth sin. Sin brings forth death. That means what leads to death is not even devil. It's your enticement. It's what you are talking about. Is what leads to you to death. What will lead to life. See, he said that see, the thing is that I'm not a pastor, but I will try one. I'll try. But what I'm trying to say is this. Leave darkness alone. Leave lack alone. Stop talking about what you don't want. I'll end with this. Write on your note. Very, very important as we end this one. Never you say anything you don't want to become true about your life. Never you say anything you don't want to become true about your life. Never you say anything you don't want to become true about your life. Don't say negative things. Don't say things you don't want to become true about your life. Never you say anything you don't want to become true about your life. Those are the non-meanings. No. The universe doesn't understand. Every word are seeds you plant into your future. Never you say anything you don't want to become true about. As an entrepreneur, be positive. As an entrepreneur, be optimistic. Be full of energy. That's what happened. Many entrepreneurs succeed because of energy. Anyway, that's how we're going to set up today. So when I come on Monday, we'll start about that focus on limiting beliefs, limitations. Wealthy men focus on their abilities. Then abilities. We start talking about your abilities. We start discovering some of your abilities. You have something you say you don't have. You have it already. You may not pay attention. You didn't look at yourself. That's why you did not value yourself. So you say, yeah, sure. Say that's what makes me unique. You are tall. That's what makes you unique. You are fat. Anything, who you ever, you are, they're unique. Nobody's like you. How am I sure? No fingerprint is the same. Anyway, we are over how many billions, but no fingerprint is the same. So you are unique. Say I'm unique. I'm unique. Okay. So online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. How am I so sure? He that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see far. See you on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend and see you at the top. God bless you and I celebrate your success. Happy weekend. Thank God it's Friday. So that's the best we can take today. Thank you so much. God bless you.